Yo, it's your boy Sheeski here, man, back with another banger video. And today, man, I got my homie with me back with another one.
Yo.
My boy Christian here, and we're finna drop a banger. So
Mm-hmm.
today, we're gonna be talking about how to build your personal credit up
Mm-hmm.
and using your personal credit to get business credit,
Mm-hmm.
to use that business credit to, start, your ventures or whatever thing you're trying to do with your life. So basically, first thing I want to discuss here is personal credit. Personal credit is a tool. Everyone has a credit score. If you're over eight, well, you can get a credit score before that, low key. You can get on as authorized user at somebody's account.
You want to cover that real quick?
Yeah, let's cover that first because this is I talked about it before in the video, but I'm gonna reiterate it again. The authorized user, you can do that. Cause me and him was gonna do that at one point before I decided to build my credit. So that's one way y'all can get started if y'all want to skip a whole bunch of steps that we're going to discuss in this video. The authorized user way is what you do is you have a family member or a friend that has a good, decent amount credit limit on the card and they're responsible. Tell them to add you on as a user to their card. And guess what? That report on your credit as a trade line, and it won't even it's not nothing different. It's going to be a regular credit card. It's going to pop up, and then you just tell them, hey, you can just keep the card that comes in the mail and just let it report on my credit, so I can start building mine up like that and use that to help me build mine up. Then guess what? 3 to 6 months later, you can just go get you a decent limit card. Yeah. That's how it works. And they're gonna say, okay, well, let me look at his credit. When a lender looks at your credit, they're gonna be like, oh snap, he already got a $10,000 credit card, so now I can lend him one on his own person.
Yeah,
and that helps out too. So that's one way you can skip some steps. But if you're trying to do this from the ground up and build, you can start out with a secure card. I think that's a good way to do it. What you think? Like maybe go to a decent institution. Like I preach Navy Fed a lot because man, Navy Fed they throw out like high limits like crazy. So if y'all can get in Navy Fed, if y'all can't, credit unions. I recommend y'all checking out any local credit unions in your area and building a relationship with them. Ways you can go about building a relationship. You can make a personal checking account with them. Put direct deposit from your job. If most of y'all working, direct deposit. Put that in. Let them see them transactions. You spending the card, swiping the card, in and out transaction for 3 to 6 months. That builds a relationship with an institution, and they see, hey, well, he trusts us to put his own capital in my bank institution. I can trust to lend him some. So that's how that works. Relationship banking is really important. That's one way to build your credit. Anything to add on that?
Yeah, so I mean, if we just want to start back at square one, you got a family member, like a little brother or something, go ahead and add them as an authorized user.
You're gonna help them out.
One of your cards.
That's gonna
make sure that it has a high credit limit on it. If not, it's okay, but you can always request for a
credit limit increase. Yeah, that's some sauce too. People be forgetting about that. If y'all have a card that give y'all maybe like a $2,000 limit or something like that, you come back 6 months later and ask for a credit limit increase. That's a hack. People don't do that for it. They be forgetting about it. They just think, well, I got the $2,000 limit. That's all I got. No, you can get a credit limit increase.
Yeah.
A lot of institutions give them out, and some of them do soft pulls for credit limit increases. I think Amex might do that too. I think Amex does soft pull. I know for sure with Amex, when you get your second card, it's a soft pull. The first one's a hard pull. The second is a soft pull.
Yeah. Navy Fed also, they do soft pulls.
Soft pull increases.
Chase, they also do. It doesn't hurt your credit.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt your credit to ask for an increase. So you should. I recommend doing that too if y'all have cards already. But yeah, the authorized user, you do that. Like I said, if you got a little brother or something, go ahead and help them out, man. Go ahead and throw them on your cards, authorized user, or a friend or family member. You want to help them get started, go ahead and do that. Once that's good and everything, or if you don't, get you a secure card first. I recommend. It's some institution, like you can get a secure card. It's some institution that you get higher amounts on a secure card. Like it's some institution that you put like 10,000 on a secure card.
Oh wow,
which is insane. Yeah. Which if you have the capital to play around with, it could be good for you because guess what? If you got 10,000 that you can put on a credit card, and you get the credit line, you can go get some more when the 3 to 6 months later. I recommend getting cards every 3 to 6 months, and I also recommend you running credit stacking. And credit stacking is when you get cards, you can get, instead of getting one card every 6 months, which is what they preach, you can get three to six cards. And that stacking method, like I said, I'm dropping a whole bunch of game for y'all. So y'all really just got to pay attention and lock in. So the credit stacking method is, what you do is you get a computer. And you need 2 PCs to do this. And what you do is you get 2 tabs open. You need to know which bureau the card pulls from. So you go on credit boards and you find that out. So say, for example, you got 2 cards that pull the Spirit, 2 cards that pull TransUnion, 2 cards that pull Equifax. What you do is you have 2 tabs. This is some real sauce, so y'all listen. What you do is you fill out the application on both tabs, and then the crazy part about it takes about 5 to 10 seconds for inquiry to post. So what you can do is you can go on that one tab and press submit on both tabs. Now the other institution, the last institution you did, they don't see the inquiry, so they only seen once. That's how you get 2 cards on Experian. Then you do the same thing with Equifax. You do the same thing, 2 tabs, submit. Do TransUnion, 2 tabs, submit. Now instead of getting 1 card, you got 6. And then guess what? Letting all them accounts age and everything like that. Look at how much funding you just got.
Yeah,
that's how you get easily to like a lot of funding really quick. But let's talk about what kind of cards you should get though. Like, 'cause, you know, some people are like, you know, you got some cards that don't have promo offer. What do you recommend?
Yeah. So obviously you're going to want to get a card that has a 0% APR interest rate. So what an APR is annual percentage rate.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that it has a decent intro period, 12 to 18 months. Some cards have a 0% annual percentage rate, which means you're not going to be charged interest for 18 months or 12 months or however long their period is.
Facts. And that interest is really the main thing. If you want to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, because if you have a card that you have a $1,000 balance on and your interest rate is 25%, which most are higher, then if you hold a balance for 1 year, then you will then pay an interest fee of $250 because 25% of 1,000 for your balance. And then the next year you'll be charged 25% of 1,250 and then so on.
So y'all can see how it will stack up. So you want to avoid interest at all costs.
Never pay interest.
Never pay. Not only I'm gonna literally tell y'all never pay interest.
It's the highest interest that you'll ever pay.
That's the highest interest you'll ever pay, and it is true. Like most people say, millions of Americans are in credit card debt. That's why, because they have cards that have interest on them, but they don't know it's 0% interest cards. And also, here's another hack: you can balance transfer. That's the thing. That's the real hack right there. If you ever get to the point to where you have a card, let's say you have a card that has, you know, you're paying interest on it. You can go open up a 0% interest card and balance transfer to that. Now you're at 0% interest. So now if you're paying that debt down, it's no interest. It's easier to do.
Make sure that the card has a $0 balance transfer.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, because it is fees. It is fees attached with balance transfer. So you want to make sure that cards you're getting has a 0% balance transfer fee too, because just because it has 0% APR for 12 months doesn't mean it has a 0% balance transfer. So yeah, you got to check that out too.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of different ways. So we covered so far authorized user, a secured card. So we didn't talk about what exactly a secured card is, because there's a lot of confusion about that. A secured card, you have to make sure that you have the cash to spend the money. So you pretty much load money.
You load money
onto the card.
Think about like a prepaid card.
Yeah.
You really load money onto it, and that's your credit limit. So if you got $1,000, you put that on your credit card, on that secured card, that's your credit limit, $1,000. And it's going to report to your, you know, your institutions.
Credit bureaus,
yeah, my bad. Spirit and TransUnion, Equifax, it's going to report there as you got $1,000 credit card, which is good because once you have that, you'll be able to get some unsecured funding for at least the same amount or maybe double.
Yep. Yeah. And we keep mentioning these bureaus. I know there's some people out there that aren't sure what that is.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and screencast. We're going to throw this in the video real quick, so we can go ahead and So I'm going to go ahead and go over to Experian.
Yeah.
This is the best credit app that you can use. I don't recommend Credit Karma. I don't recommend NerdWallet, none of that stuff. Go ahead and download Experian.
Yeah, Experian, the best one. Credit Karma, the only thing it's good for is seeing your derogatory marks or things like that. Credit Karma is based off your Vantage score, so it's not your actual score, so it'll be off. So if you go anywhere trying to apply for funding and you're looking at Credit Karma only and you're thinking that's your true credit score, it's not.
Yep. So good thing about Experian here is it gives you notifications. So for example, this posted... So, for example, Pinnacle Bank has reported positive activity on a loan, for example. You can go and you can view your full credit report here. It'll show you all your details, your accounts. My credit report is locked. My credit file, I should say, is locked.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing you need to do, too. Lock your credit, guys. If y'all don't know how to lock your credit, what you do that is you got to go make an account with Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax.
Yeah.
You can put a security freeze on your credit report. Yeah. And also, this is one thing, this is another hack too. When you're trying to get cards and you want to figure out which bureau that it pulls from, you can freeze your credit, then press submit the application.
Yep.
And then guess what it'll do? It'll send you a notification on whatever. Say for example, you get a Navy Fed card. Navy Fed pulls some TransUnion. If you got that TransUnion report frozen, it's gonna say Navy Federal tried to get a pull of your TransUnion report.
Yep.
So like sometimes, like I heard this, some institutions are location based. So say for example, it's like you got some banks and stuff like if you're staying in Miami, they pull for different bureau than if you're staying like in Alabama.
Yeah.
So to find out for sure, because like if you're trying to stack up some credit cards stuff like that, you want to be sure which bureaus you're pulling from.
It's bank to bank. So for example, Chase, they pull from Experian.
Yeah, Chase pulls from Experian. I think that's all across the board from what I've seen.
Well, some pull.
Some states they pull from different.
Well, some banks pull from different bureaus. You see in the Experian app.
Yeah.
You see Equifax, TransUnion. So you can go here and see, for example, I've got a different amount of debt on each one. So obviously the real estate loan, that's on all of these. But for example, on Experian, I've only got 197 versus, so let's see what Equifax says that Experian doesn't say I have. So revolving accounts. So they're counting some revolving accounts that is not being reported
to your other bureaus. And that's one thing too, because you got a lot of people that sit here and think that it pulls from like all of them is one thing. It's not all one thing. It's 3 different bureaus, and 3 different bureaus can sometimes report. Like he just showed y'all, his Experian got something different than what's the other one?
The Equifax.
And the Equifax, right? So you got to pay attention to it. And like I said, it's for ease of use and just making sure y'all understand. Make sure y'all have all these to be able to see it. Experian is a great app. Did you buy the credit? You can see the credit report in there. All 3 of them. I recommend doing that. Don't leave Credit Karma alone. Get Experian and get all 3 reports and make sure you keep track of it. Make sure you know what derogatory marks you got on there. All that kind of stuff. And the collections you got. Because that's going to be the first thing. Like you need to see what's on your credit report so you know what you can do and get some funding.
Yeah. And as you can see here, you have auto, you have credit card, and you have mortgage. So you actually have several credit scores.
Yeah.
So we're going into depth here.
So yeah, that's one
so
thing
look,
going
my
into depth.
auto.
Yeah.
So look, if we go to my auto score 2, auto score 2, I have a short account history.
Yep.
So it means I'm just young pretty much.
Yeah.
It has all these different things on here, but for some reason, auto score 8 is a little bit better. And then you have my bank card score. So this is what banks pull whenever giving you a credit card.
Yep. And then also, like, it's a lot of different scores. Like, that's some real in-depth. And we're dropping a credit course. And also, I have a mentorship on this. If y'all want the real sauce and, like, all that really broke down, make sure y'all check that out. My mentorship will be down below. We'll have that credit course out soon, so y'all stay tuned for that.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's a lot of different things you can get scores from. Like, man, it's one where you can, with debit cards, you know that, like, getting a debit card with a bank, it's a score with that. Like if you ever went to like let's say for example a Chase or something like that. If you mess Chase up and you overdrafted your account and all that, you never paid them back.
Yeah.
It's a bank score.
We've turned people away from that.
That's what I'm saying. And that's crazy because listen, he worked at Chase. So he he knows all that sauce and everything like that. It's literally a bank score that you won't get debit cards approved. You had overdrafted your accounts, never paid them back.
They won't approve your account, your checking account.
They won't make you in the check. They won't make you a checking account.
I've sat with people before, and they've had decent credit.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, the system declines their account.
Yeah,
and they're like, man, what? I got good credit. Come on, what the heck?
No,
and it's like,
maybe you have overdrafted some accounts in the past. You ain't paid them off and all that.
Next thing you know, it comes to find out that they owe Redstone $300 and they close their account.
They'll close their account.
Into collections.
And then after that, it's hard for you to get bank accounts. It's one thing with rent too. Like if you're paying rent to somebody's thing called rent reporters, it reports on your credit. So that's how apartment approvals work. Like it's a lot of different scores. That's why this credit stuff is so powerful. Like everything you do, it's tracked, man. It's tracked. Literally. You're like I said, paying rent. It's an auto score. It's an insurance score. So they test it. Like say for example, you ain't paid some insurance for a couple months. It'll be hard for you to get approved by going. Say you with Geico, you trying to go Progressive. Progressive might decline you because they be like, man, you ain't paid Geico $400. Why are we gonna take you?
Or they're gonna raise your amount.
Or they're gonna raise your amount. They're like, okay, well since you did them dirty, we're gonna raise you up.
Yeah.
So yeah, credit is something you really gotta keep on point of. Everything like that.
I do want to go into the details real quick. Of course, I'm not going to go in too much depth. Keep it kind of short.
Yeah.
So 35% of your credit score is your payment history. So, and then I'm gonna screencast this one more time because I feel like this should be shown.
We got to put that up here, bro.
So 35% of your credit score is payment history. It goes on here. It shows you everything. So, and then 30% is your amount of debt. So your utilization. So I'm using
Utilization is
I'm using
heavy.
2% of the total amount allowed to me.
That's gonna be the main. It's two types of utilization. Like if you have a credit card, it's a utilization. Like I recommend, well, if it's a card you're talking about, it's a specific card.
Keep it below 10%.
Well, if that's the total, because you know, like it's two different ones. Like all the credit you got, it's a 10%, and I heard it was like, well, you should keep it on the 10%.
So get this. So 30% is good, and below 10% is great.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, cause I was hearing that like, okay, if it's a credit card, yeah. Honestly, to be real with y'all, you want to keep everything under 10%, everything.
And if it has interest, keep it at 0.
Keep it at 0 if it got interest. Yeah, pay it off every month. The best course of action, pay it off every month. That's the best thing I can literally give y'all. That's the best advice. If y'all trying to get credit, pay it off every month. Intent on doing that.
Yeah.
Now, if you have to carry a balance, if it's something that you're trying to do, you know, like invest or something like that, that's when 0% offers come into play.
Yeah.
But on a good note, y'all need to just make sure you pay the cards off every month.
Yeah.
But the reason this personal credit is so powerful is because you can translate this personal credit into business funding. Y'all probably like, what? How do I do that? See, the thing is, once y'all get y'all personal credit in order, you know, business credit is one of the easiest things to get into because you can personal guarantee it. And that's the best part about it, because have y'all ever tried to get I don't know if y'all are business owners, but have y'all ever tried to get a business loan? All that documentation, all that stuff you'll need, tax returns from 2 years and all that. They want to see that you're bringing in some real business revenue before they approve you for a business loan. Business credit can be personal guaranteed. So all you have to do, and this is really good for the LLC startups. Like say, for example, let's do something simple. I guess we'll do Turo. We'll talk about Turo real quick. Let's just say, for example, you're trying to get you a 5K car, some slight. Find a favorable marketplace. It fits the criteria. What you do is you can get you a 0% business credit card, liquidate it, turn it to cash, pay that $5,000. You got 0% interest offer for 18 months, 21 months, 12 months, whatever it is. Use the money that you bring in from your business startup to pay off your initial investment. After that, you're profiting. You see how good that can be? Because I know some of us are startups and everything like that. And with startups, you don't have a lot of capital. That's an easy way to get capital. I know you have business credit as well, so you want to drop some gems on business credit, bro?
Yeah. So, non-biased opinion, even before I worked there, Chase has the best bonus.
Yep, I'll say Chase. Yeah, that's some good institutions. Yeah,
for business credit. So they have one card that has a $1,000 cashback bonus. The one that I did, I don't remember how much you have to spend on the 1,000 card to get that money. But for example, with the card that I did, the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, if you spent $4,000 in 3 months, you get $750 cash back. And pretty much, if you just spend money that you were already going to, let's say you just opened a shop and you got to buy furniture, you got to buy merchandise, just use your business card. It's going to get you 1.5% cash back on everything. They have cards that give you 5% cash back on office supplies, different things like that. So you're going to want to use a business card also because it separates your personal expenses from your business expenses.
Facts.
And if you get audited, you can get in trouble for mixing the two. It makes it easier on your account income tax time. You know what your write-offs are because they're on your statement. You're going to obviously want to keep your receipts and everything like that. The interest on your business credit card is tax deductible.
Tax deductible, yeah.
So once you do get past your 0% intro period, because you can't be on it forever.
You can't be on it forever.
The interest that you do incur sometimes, all of that, 100% of that interest, as long as it's used for business purposes, is tax deductible.
Yeah,
which means you can pay less taxes or get a bigger refund. Another thing about business credit, like Rashid was saying, it goes off of your personal credit history.
Yep.
So if you're just starting off, the best thing that you can do is just improve your personal credit.
Improve your personal. That's the main thing. Yeah, your personal needs to be in order. Like I said, y'all, if y'all need credit repair too, hit us up. Hit us up for that. That's something you can tap in with us on. But like I said, fixing your personal credit is going to be the main thing. Because fixing your personal credit opens up all those opportunities, man. And honestly, You shouldn't keep too much debt on your personal side. I'm just being really shouldn't have no credit card debt on your personal side, man. Because like the thing I like about the business side is like it doesn't report to your personal.
Right.
That's the magic part about business credit. It does not report. So guess what? If you do got to pay interest, let's say these cards 25%. If you paying 25% on the business side, on your personal credit not reporting, that doesn't stop you from getting a home.
Right.
That doesn't stop you from getting an auto loan.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You see how beneficial that is for y'all to have business credit. So that's what y'all should be aiming for. I know a lot of us, if y'all watching our content, we're entrepreneurs. Y'all are entrepreneurs. Y'all trying to go that next step. That's one way to get into it.
Yeah.
Business credit. Y'all got that good personal credit, leverage that. Leverage that to get business credit so y'all can get y'all stuff started, man.
Yep. And then how you build your business credit so that eventually you can get approved for higher amounts on business credit cards.
Yeah, higher amount of business credit cards and also business loans.
Business
you
loans
want to get
is
to the
where it's
business
at.
loans. And I heard that business loans are where it's at.
Yeah.
But you got to take that starting step to get there. But because once you get everything set up, you start building that cash flow. You start, then after so use your credit card. So you start up with your credit card. After you got that started up and everything, you start making that cash flow and all that. You start making enough cash to have tax returns and stuff.
Yeah.
Then you can move on to the business loan, and that's some real sauce right there. For the business loan, they're way better.
Yeah.
They're way better.
Yeah. So they're called another word, commercial loan, right?
Commercial loan.
So they don't report on your personal history, your personal credit report. You can get them unsecured, which means that there's no collateral.
Yeah.
It's a higher interest rate, or you can do a secured business loan, or a BLOC, a business line of credit, which those are really good.
Those are good.
And you can lower your interest rate by giving the lender collateral, something that they can revoke and take if you default.
Yeah.
And then eventually, once your business credit gets good enough, a resource for that is Duns and Bradstreet.
Duns and Bradstreet.
That's one way you can do it.
Spirit in Business.
Experian Business is another one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Spirit in Business. Y'all want to actually start checking your business credit report and all that. Yeah, Spirit in Business, Duns and Brad.
Yeah, because then you can eventually get to where you don't have to personally guarantee.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when you start off, personal guarantee for sure. But guess what? Once your business gets good and you start having the cash flow, you start having the tax return, man, you can just do EIN only, and that's good. That's what you want to get to, where your business has enough revenue and all that, so you can do that. So yeah, that's what I recommend y'all do. Like I say, you build up your personal, use personal to get business credit. Start your business up. Once you do that, you can start getting the big boy stuff, the business loans, all that. Like I said, business line of credit, all that. Like it opens up a lot of opportunities, and you can see how this stuff can change your life. You can really change your life with credit.
Yeah,
credit is life changing, bro.
It is.
That's why I try to tell everybody on YouTube, credit is life changing. This is something that the government gave us over here that we can use to get to the next level. Rich people use credit, bro. What you think they do? They use credit, bro.
Of course.
It's reward points too. Reward points is there too. Like it's like travel, man. Like that's one thing too. With credit cards, traveling, man. Amex Platinum, that's a good card. Y'all can check out. Like they give y'all access to the lounges and all that kind of stuff, man. You got the Hilton cards. If y'all know y'all travel a lot, y'all stay at these hotels. And some of y'all, let's say for example, you're a travel nurse. You know you finna be out in town and all that, man. You be putting these hotels in your credit card. We gave y'all the sauce. This is the sauce right here.
Yeah.
You can get free travel basically. Like the more you use it on your regular purchases and all that, or if you are booking hotel stay, book it with the credit card so you can get the points off that. Then turn around, you be able to get free stays and all that.
Some of these cards are 5 or 10% cash back.
5 or 10% cash back. Like, I think the Hilton one has a really good offer. Like, you staying at the Hilton, they give you some decent points.
Ours is 8% cash back.
That's what I'm saying. So you need stuff like that's the benefit of that. I get what y'all hear with Dave Ramsey, bro. Dave Ramsey said, man, ain't nobody got rich off reward points. That's true. I get that. But listen, this credit stuff, this is what you got to do, bro. This is how you get to the next level. I'm just being real. I love this. I'm so passionate about this. I'm glad I can bring this stuff to y'all. Because I had to learn. I had to do my ground research. I had to get this out the mud.
Dave Ramsey needs to get with the times.
Yeah, he need to get with the times, man.
Yeah.
Like, I understand. Yeah, you should not take. It's risk involved. We didn't talk about that too. With credit, is risk involved, and I hear a lot of people be like, "Man, okay, you telling me to go invest with my credit? What if I get messed up? Like, what if I, get a bad deal, or I have to end up paying some interest?"
That's risk. That's business.
Risk. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. That's business. Anything you do is a risk. You getting in your car driving down the street, that's a risk. You can crash out. So you got to take a risk somewhere, but you can take a low risk. I ain't telling y'all to go try to buy a house on a credit card or something like that. I'm not telling y'all to do that. I'm telling y'all, like, okay, if y'all know something like low or Amazon FBA, that's something people can start up, man. You can go in the store and scan up items and stuff.
Lawn care.
You can buy you get you a lawnmower off Facebook
Vending
Marketplace.
machines.
Vending machine. Like it's low risk business that y'all can start up that can get y'all to the next level. Like you don't have to spend a lot of capital. I know most people be thinking, man, if I put $10,000 on a credit card, I might get messed up. Cool. Okay, you feel like that, bro? Spend $2,000.
Make sure that you have the cash.
Make sure you have the cash.
Don't do it if you don't have the cash. You can always pay it off if you got the cash.
Y'all can pay it off if you don't got the cash.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you ever get to a point, 0%. That's all I can tell you. It's balance transfer. Like it's ways out of this, bro. If you ever mess up, it's a way out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You just gotta learn the game. You gotta learn the game. That's why I preach with credit. Make sure you learn as much information as possible. Because man, you got some people, what you shouldn't do this, they go bankrupt. They just say, man, I can't pay it at the end, 7 years, I'll just go. If my business does not work out, I'll just go bankrupt. So I mean, if you try to get your business in order, if you somehow can't do it, but like I said, if you to a low risk investment and you got 18 to 21 months, if you buy a lawnmower, bro, you think you can't cut enough lawns to make the 2K back? Come on now, like be real with yourself. Y'all gotta have this mindset. Lock in, people. Listen. And like I said, if y'all need some more information about this, we got y'all. We do credit repair. We do everything. Listen, y'all just tap in with us. Get in contact. My mentorship down below. He does credit repair. Y'all need his contact information. They can find you on TikTok. They can find you Facebook, Christian Kirkley. Y'all lock in because we got y'all. We're going to take care of y'all. But we had to drop these gems for y'all. So listen, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. We dropped a whole lot. Some of this stuff will go over y'all head. Like I said, I can break it down even further. So just make sure y'all tap in. Mentorship link down below. Tap in with us on social media. We're finna get up out of here. Anything we'll let the people know. Any advice for this before we get up out of here? Any advice you want to drop?
I'll say start off getting that personal credit solid, and then from there you really should look into business credit.
Let's do it. I'm gonna see what y'all do, man. So we're out of here. Peace.